And whenever I say MBA out here, like यहाँ पे MBA मैंने बोला और I'm doing MBA out here, please remember this MBA only refers to a tier 1 or a tier 2 college MBA. Okay? Anything below that is a strict or straight no from my side, has zero value in the market. Unlike a CFA or a CA, which are ideally degrees where you don't need to go to a college. These are what you call as study at home degrees, where you are preparing on your own and just giving the exam. जो हम correspondence degrees बोलते हैं. MBA is a degree where you need to go to college. It's a certification where you have to go to college every day. And that's why the college matters a lot. In a CFA or a CA, college won't matter a lot. Okay? Specifically for these degrees. So MBA or college matters a lot, and that's why only when I'm talking about MBA or I've done this kind of comparison, I am only assuming a tier 1 or tier 2 MBA. Anything below that, you'll be paying like 10-15 lakh fees and get salaries of 3-4 lakhs, which is useless. So I'm not even considering that as an MBA. Okay? So let's start with the first one, with the salaries. I have CFA and CA in light green, MBA in dark green. So most tier 1, tier 2 MBAs will always have a higher average salary than a CFA and CA. Please understand, there will always be exceptions everywhere. So if I tell you the average salary of a specific MBA college is like 20 lakhs, doesn't mean anyone gets 20 lakhs. There will be people getting 5 lakhs also. There will be people getting 50 lakhs also. Average ki baat kar raha hu, okay? So CFA and CA, both of them, after you finish all the 3 levels of CFA as well as all the 3 levels of CA, you will be somewhere around, I can say 12 to 13 lakhs, same 12 to 13 lakhs average. Whereas MBA, if you're doing from a tier 1 or tier 2 college, you will be going to somewhere around 20 to 22 lakh, approximately average. So an MBA, tier 1, tier 2 will ideally pay you more in the start than what a CA or CFA is going to pay you. Okay? So that's why I made it dark green and other two are light green. Next is probability to pass. How easy or difficult is it to pass these exams? And this is something which I feel is very important, because the kind of country we live in, the kind of country India is, we are a very highly populated country. Because of it, the competition is very, very high. And that's why the ideal passing percentages of local, I can say, degrees or exams is very low. Like your CAT has like a 1% or lower than that passing percentage. Your CA has like single digit passing percentages. So it's a very difficult, I can say, degree to get. It's a very difficult entry to get also in an MBA. Whereas CFA has a much higher passing percentage. All the 3 levels of CFA, level 1, level 2, level 3, all of them globally have like a 40% plus passing percentage. We'll go into details of what is the exact passing percentage in some time. But for as of now, for understanding, you need to understand that all the 3 levels have like a 40 plus passing percentage, which is like much higher than your MBA and CA. And this is very important for me. I'll tell you why. Because when I started my finance career, I started this 2008-9, we didn't even know about CFA. Everyone in my college was doing CA. I started my CFA in 2011-12. There was the first attempt of CFA in India after a long time. So तभी हमने चालू किया था. But पहले तो only CA was an option. And I have seen so many of my friends not clear level 2, not clear level 3 of CA for years, go into depression, stress, societal pressure. I've seen so many such cases where I understand that CA is not something which you pass only by hard work. Luck chahiye. You need to be very strong, very good, and need to study like a maniac for months. And I've done that myself, so I know that. Okay. Whereas, because many more people pass CFA, when it comes to the percentage of people who are appearing, it becomes easier for you to clear. Like you can be someone who's just above average, but you are hardworking and interested in finance. You genuinely can clear CFA. Okay, and how to clear, kaise, wo sab cheez I'll explain sometimes once we go to the details about CFA, specifics about CFA. So this was about the probability to pass and why the other two are red and this is dark green. Third is global validity. How valid are these specific degrees or certifications, or what do you call it, across the world? CFA, extremely highly valid. You have one CFA institute across the world. एक ही है. The same paper, same curriculum, same exam timing, same results. Everything is the same, irrespective of whether you are giving the exam from India, South Africa, US, Singapore, Dubai, Canada, UK, US. Doesn't make a difference. It's recognized in 150 plus countries across the world. It's called the gold standard in finance education globally. Nothing ideally comes above CFA when it comes to a generic, difficult finance exam. Okay, so it's like a green. It's people who are interested in, I can say global mobility over their life, who are interested in doing such a thing where you have global clients and you're valued across the world. In that case, CFA is a great option for you. MBA and CA are yellow because a CA in India, if you do a CA, you are not valid across the world, you're just valid in like Canada and the Middle East. Same way, most people across the world wouldn't know various MBA colleges. I told you, MBA, just the degree has zero value. It's the college from where you do your MBA which has value. So someone sitting in Japan will not know what a Symbiosis Pune is. So that's why it is lesser value. So someone might know, also someone might not know. So that's why both of them are yellow, whereas CFA is dark green. Fourth is the investment required. How much money do you need to pour in if you're doing these three courses? So MBA is very, it's a very expensive course. The fees will range anywhere between like 10 lakhs to 50 lakhs, depending on which college you're doing from. Like a Jamnal Bajaj, which is a government college, is 10 lakhs for 2 years. Whereas an ISB, which is like a private university, has like 48 lakh fees for just 1 year. So depending on where you're doing your MBA from, your fees will differ. Whereas CA is like the cheapest. This would be around 3 lakhs for the whole program, and this would be around 4.5 to 5 lakhs for the whole program. So that's why this is like dark green, this is light green. These are the ideal fees. Again, the whole fees of CFA, we will come to that in some time once we reach the specifics of CFA. Next is when can you start these degrees? CFA can be started post 12th, CA also post 12th, and MBA can be done only after graduation, not before that. Okay. So depending on where you are right now, you'll understand this. So if you're right now in college, the MBA the option will be. And next is the total duration. How much time does it take for you to actually finish these degrees if you are clearing everything in the first attempt? CA takes 4 years, CFA takes 2.5 years, and MBA takes 2 years. Okay. And I am not out here counting the time required to prepare for your MBA entrance and all. वो मैंने prepare नहीं किया. ये सिर्फ college का duration डाला 2 years. So now you get an idea of the I can say comparison between these three options directly. Okay. And you can understand why I am very bullish about CFA overall because it's good in every way. It's not extreme anywhere, like from the difficulty level to the fees to the salaries, everywhere CFA stands in that green part only. Now, sometimes people ask me, sir, can I do a CFA and MBA both, or can I do a CA and CFA both? Yes, you can. You can do a CA and CFA both, but it's very difficult to do both of them together. I have tried it. I know a lot of people, my colleagues, friends, students, everyone who's tried it. Social life is at zero. You have to study like a mad person to actually do both of them together because as you see, the timelines are same. Both are done after 12th. So your exams will keep on like ye mahine mein CFA hai, after 3 months CA exam, and let's assume you don't clear one of them, again 3 months ke baad re-exam. It's like just way too many exams back to back plus multiple things you have to handle together, etc. CFA and MBA can be done. Yes, they can be done. But please remember, I always suggest that an MBA should only be done after some work ex. So if you ask me, if you're in college right now, I would suggest you do a CFA right now, finish your level 2, level 3, get a job, work for a couple of years, and then do an MBA if required. Why am I saying this? Is because just assume, so MBA आप कर रहे हो from a good college and you are a fresher. You are in a batch of 500 students, out of which 400 students have experience and hundreds of freshers. If LeapUp comes out there to place, or let's assume out to hire, or a BCG goes there to hire, or a McKinsey goes there to hire, or a JP Morgan goes there to hire, what do you think? Will they hire people with work experience or without work experience? Will they hire people with experience or freshers? Any day experience or work. So what happens? All good jobs after an MBA go to people with experience. All leftover jobs with a lower pay scale go to people who are freshers. Obviously, there can be some exceptions here and there, but this is the norm. And that's why I always suggest people that if you really want to do an MBA and get the best value out of it, you should always do it after some work experience and never as a fresher. It's like one of the worst career mistakes you can make in your life is to do an MBA as a fresher. Okay, so you can do both of them. You can do a CFA along with graduation, work for a couple of years, finish a level 3 along with that, and then do an MBA if required. Why am I using the word if required? Because you already like a 13, 14, 15 lakh package. Okay, in 2 years, maybe if you're at 18 lakh package also, depending on where you're working after CFA. And at that time, leaving that package to do a 2-year MBA, investing a further 30 lakhs approximately makes sense only if it's from the best college, else it doesn't make sense. So most of our students whom we know, only CFA has been very, I can say, enough for a great career in the field of finance. Cool. So I hope I'm clear with this. I hope everyone's completely clear about the basic comparison about the options available. Yes, no, everyone. Yes, sir. Yes, understood. Yes, yes, yes. Cool, cool. Okay. Then in that case, I'll move ahead. Just a request for everyone, guys. I'll answer the questions at the end. Okay, I'll answer all the questions. So don't ask questions right now. You will miss on to the information I'm giving. Just note it down somewhere. Sub questions में end में answer कर लूँगा. Don't worry. Okay. Next, so I think we've understood about the comparison between the courses and we've understood about a finance career. Now I'll shift or I can say, jump directly into CFA as a course, like क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, etc. ठीक है? So we'll start with the course structure of CFA. So CFA as a course has 3 levels of exam: level 1, level 2, level 3. You need to clear all the 3 levels of exam. And after this, you also need to have 36 months of relevant work experience to get something called as a CFA charter. The CFA charter is equivalent to the CFA degree. Okay, so you just clearing 3 levels of exam is not enough. You also need 36 months of experience. So this 36 months can either be pre, during, or post your CFA exam. So you can be someone who's already a working professional. We already had people from ICICI Bank attending the webinar. We have people from Kotak Bank, etc. So you already are working since some time, that is also counted. So let's assume you already have 3 years of work experience and you've cleared 3 levels, directly charter मिल जाएगा आपको. Or else when we are student right now who's just studying, doing all the 3 levels of CFA and will do the 36 months later. Like once you're finishing your graduation, then you do it. In that case, once the 36 months finish, उसके बाद आपको charter मिलता है. Or you are a working professional right now who just started, like a very young working professional, 21-year-old, who's starting the working journey and also doing CFA simultaneously, that's also okay. So the work can either be before you started CFA, during doing CFA, or after you doing CFA, anything is fine. Okay? And relevant basically means you should work in the field of finance. Anything else wouldn't be counted. Finance work is only counted. That's the meaning of the word relevant. Also, please note, internship or articleship is not counted in the relevant work experience. It has to be full-time and internship is ideally considered as a part-time. Okay? Next is the eligibility. Now, this is some place where a lot of people make mistakes or have a lot of misunderstandings. So please listen to me very, very carefully. First thing, you should hold a valid passport to appear for the exam. I've specified not registration. A lot of people have this misconception that without a passport I can register. ऐसा नहीं है. You can register for the exam without a passport, but you need to ensure by the day the exam comes, your passport is in your hand, and your name in the exam has to be exactly the same as your name in the passport. And when you register, that name and the passport name has to be the same. Even if one letter is here and there, they won't allow you to give the exam. So please remember this thing. And as I said, you don't need a passport to start CFA. You can start studying for it, register it without a passport, but by the time the exam comes, you need this passport. Next is what is the eligibility for level 1, level 2, and level 3 exams. Now, please listen to me very, very carefully. Level 1 exam can be appeared 23 months before graduation. Level 2 exam can be appeared 11 months before graduation. And level 3 exam can be appeared after graduation. If I have to make a timeline, let's assume you are graduating here. This is where you are graduating. Come 11 months before that. That's where you give a level 2. Come a further 12 months before that. That's where you can give a level 1. And any time out here after graduation, you can give a level 3. Okay? This is the rule of CFA. This is the earliest eligibility. Please remember the concept of earliest eligibility means anytime after this, you're already eligible. Let's assume you're starting CFA right now as a working professional. Are you eligible for level 1? Yes, you're already eligible. Let's assume you're already in the last year of graduation. Are you eligible for level 1? Yes, you are. But what if you're in 12th right now? Are you eligible? No, you are not right now eligible. You will start studying for CFA after 12th, but your level 1 will come only when 23 months are left for your graduation, which ideally would be August 2027 for all 12th standard students right now. If you're in the first year of college right now, आपका आएगा earliest attempt August 26 or November 26, because that is when 23 months wala criteria is fulfilled. So the earliest eligibility is what I've given out here. Anytime after this, you're already eligible. Okay? Now comes a very important part for people to understand. What do you mean by the graduation date? This is where a lot of people have confusion, because as per the NEP 2020, all graduation courses can also be 4-year programs. Where the first year you get a certificate, second year you get something called as a diploma, third year you get something called as a degree, and fourth year you get something called as an honors. Okay? Now if you see when are you getting the degree out here at the end of third year, so please remember graduate out here is when you finish the third year of college and not the fourth year of college. So you have to always take this date as the third year का end of exam. And उससे you have to come 11 months or 12 months पहले. ठीक है, so it's not the end of fourth year, it's the end of third year, even for 4-year degrees. Again, this is something which no one is going to tell you. You will not understand this in college because your teachers also won't know this. Because I am very much in touch with the CF Institute as an official prep provider, and I run my own degree program also. I have studied this in depth, and that's why I can tell you this thing, that your graduation will be considered at the end of your third year of college. Okay? I hope I'm clear and people have understood this. So again, just making it more easy for everyone. When can you appear for level 1? In the start of the second year of college. Level 2, start of third year of college. The earliest eligibility hai. And level 3, after college. That's how the simplest way I can explain you for eligibility is. Guys, everyone clear till here? समझ गया eligibility क्या है? Any questions or queries? Cool, crystal clear, lovely, great. Let's move on, guys. I'll have one request with everyone. When I ask all questions, please let me know in the chat box so that I can understand whether you all are following me clearly or not. Okay? So we've understood eligibility. The next thing I'll learn or discuss is the curriculum. What are the subjects you will study if you're going to study CFA? Now, CFA, guys, please understand, is a very, I can say, investment finance-based course. So finance is like in two parts, corporate finance and investment finance. CFA, we focus on the investment-based finance. And for your understanding, what I've done, I've divided the curriculum into two parts, aligned and core. The CFA Institute doesn't do this. I'm doing it for your better understanding. Core subjects basically means core investment subjects. And aligned subjects basically mean subjects which will help you in taking core decisions. So core में देखो क्या है? You have equity valuation, you have fixed income, basically bonds, debentures, etc. Derivatives, please, this is not a maths derivatives, this is futures, options, forwards, all those things. Financial derivatives, basically. Then alternative investments, this refers to investment in alternative assets like cryptocurrencies, paintings, horses, etc. And portfolio management, basically, if you're investing in all of these and you need to create the highest amount of wealth out of it, then you create a proper portfolio. You learn this. So these are 5 core subjects you will learn. And there are 5 aligned subjects too. So these 5 are ethics, very, very important. CFA Institute puts a lot of weightage on this, not just in the exam, but overall in your conduct also. Then quantitative methods is similar to mathematics and statistics. FSA, financial statement analysis, is similar to accounts. Please remember, it's not accounting, it's analysis of accounting, but it's similar to accounting, basically. Economics and corporate issuers. These are 10 subjects to study throughout your CFA, I can say, 3 levels, and I have also given you the weightage of each subject in each level, level 1, level 2, level 3. If you see level 1, 50% aligned, 50% core. As you go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, the weightage of aligned keeps on going down and the weightage of core keeps on going up. The idea is that as you go towards the, I can say, more advanced levels, you need to have more core knowledge. Okay, now before I move ahead, I want to answer a specific question which I always get. That is, sir, can I do CFA if I have no, I can say, background in maths? Can I do CFA if I have no background in accounts? I'm not a commerce student, I'm an art student, a humanities student, a science student, etc. Can I do CFA if I have stopped studying 5 years back, I'm a working professor and I still manage it? I get these questions. Can I do CFA without any specific background? So what if this subject is weak, can I do? These are the questions out there. Now, please remember, finance does not need any background. You can be from any and every stream. You can do finance, you can do CFA. The only thing that is required is A, you need to have interest in these subjects, and B, you need to work hard. If there's a mixture of these two and you have the right mentorship and the right guidance along with that, clearing CFA is very easy. Okay, obviously, someone from commerce will find FSA easier than someone from humanities. Someone from science will find quants easier than someone from commerce. So, depending on what a background or history is, there may be some subjects which become easier or tougher. Okay, that's it. But that doesn't mean you cannot do it. And if today, if you're thinking that, oh, what if I don't have any background in math, can I do it? Etc. I'm being very honest. This is for people who really are interested in finance, who want to put in these efforts. As I told you, someone from science will have to put in less efforts and quants than someone from commerce. So commerce also efforts डालने पड़ेंगे. But that's the whole point. You will have to put in efforts. Hard work करोगे तो ही आपको उसका benefit मिलने वाला है. You cannot get results without working hard. So some subjects here and there might be difficult for you, where you have to put in more hours or more time, depending on the background. But there's no subject which you cannot do. All of them are doable. All of them are taught from extreme scratch, with the idea that everyone coming to a CFA course is an extreme fresher and has no previous, I can say, educational experience in the field of finance. So everything is taught from scratch. So anyone and everyone, irrespective of background, can start CFA. Okay? So this was about the various subjects and the weightage and the idea behind anyone and everyone can do CFA. Next, I think I've already explained this to you also, I'm not focusing on this now. Next is the exam pattern. What is the exam pattern? This is very, very important. I'll tell you why, because I'm very vocal about this thing. If you speak to any student who's previously attended my webinar over the last some years, or any of our students who are working, studying with us right now, you will always hear them saying that Harshit sir says one thing very clear. It's never about how much you study. It's never about that. Okay? It's always about how you study in CFA. Students keep on asking me, sir, how many hours do I need to put in, etc., etc. It's never about this. It's always about this. I'll tell you why. Because CFA as an exam is a very different exam for Indian students. बहुत different है. And the different pattern makes the exam difficult and not the curriculum. The curriculum is very interesting. It's something which you'll enjoy studying. You will learn a lot, etc. And it's not very vast. Like the whole curriculum finishes in like what 1,500 pages approximately. So it's not very vast also. But the exam becomes very difficult because of the way the pattern of the exam is. Okay. So let me explain you what this exam pattern is and what I'm talking about. So first thing is that these exams happen on the computer. It's a computer-based exam. We as Indians have never given exams on the computer. We use pen and paper. Next, you have 2 sessions of 2 hours, 15 minutes each in the exam. So it's like a 4.5-hour exam with a half an hour optional break in between. So total 5 hour की exam हो जाती है. Total time you solve is 4.5 hours, half an hour optional break in between, total 5 hours. Again, we Indians have never basically sat for so long to give an exam. After 2 hours, you're like, sir, my back is aching, sir, my head is paining, sir, I'm gone blank, I can't think anymore. These are all things I've seen people telling me. Next is all subjects together. Or this is a googly, it's a very big googly, bouncer, yorker, whatever you call it. You don't have one subject a day. How are we trained to study for our exams? We have economics today, accounts after 3 days, EVS after a further 4 days, then PE after 2 days, and maths after 5 days. We have one exam on one day. We're used to studying one subject at one time, give that exam, forget it, and introduce the next subject to revise. That's how we've been studying till now. Now, suddenly in CFA, what happens? This 5-hour exam which I just told you, all the 10 subjects, ye 10 ke 10 subject come in the same 5 hours, same paper. So you'll have 2 questions of quants and then 1 of eco and then suddenly 2 of CI and then 5 of FSA and then 1 of ethics. It will be very confusing, and it's very important to train your brain like that. And that's why it's very important to, practice multiple subjects together always. Okay. Next is, there are no negative markings in CFA. So we have MCQ based exams in level 1, level 2 and half of level 3. And then the other part of level 3 is subjective. But there are no negative markings there. Okay. So it's an MCQ based exam, no negative marking. Also, it's a very conceptual exam. I haven't written it out here, but it's a very, very conceptual exam. They don't remember, or they don't want you to remember stuff. They don't want you to buy hard stuff. They are not here to test your accuracy, they're here to test your concept. So it's a very conceptual exam. Again, we are not used to such kind of exams in India at all. So it's very important to understand that it is always about how you prepare for the exam. It's the right method which is very important to prepare for the exam, and not about how much you prepare. Because I have seen so many students who revised 5 times but never solved on a computer and failed on the day because they have to solve the exam on the computer. वो pen paper पे solve कर रहे थे. I have seen students who know everything but have still not cleared the exam because they didn't have the stamina to sit for 5 hours. ऐसे बहुत students देखे मैंने अलग-अलग ways से not clear होते हुए भी. And that's why from all this experience I have, I'm telling you these things. It's always about how you prepare. It's gonna be that thing. Very, very important. I hope you're getting it. That the exam pattern is very different and we need to get used to that kind of an exam pattern. Okay. So level 1 exam is an MCQ based exam where you have 90 MCQs per session. 22 sessions I just told you some time back. Totally 180 MCQs is what we have. Level 2 is also MCQ based, but it's a comprehension based MCQ. Where there's an essay given, or I guess the question set given, you read that, and then there's some questions or some MCQs based on that paragraph. It's a big paragraph, maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 lines ke paragraph hote hain iske. You have to read that, understand that, and then answer questions which are based on that paragraph. So you have 50 to 17 such sets of 4 to 6 MCQs each. If you see out here, 4 to 6 MCQs each, totally 44 questions per session. Total 88 हो गएगा. And level 3 is half like level 2, where you have one session of 8 to 11 such sets of 4 to 6 MCQs each, total 44 questions, and one set of an essay type question. Essay type means you write in the big answers. They'll ask you like a big case study and you have to solve it, etc. But please remember, this is not writing, it's typing. It's a computer-based exam. Again, if you haven't practiced case studies on the computer, difficult to clear again. Okay, so I hope you're getting this. You are understanding what is the method or what is the way these exams are and the difficulty level and the way this is set. Okay, I hope this is clear. You understood concept MCQ kya hai, etc. etc. Guys, any questions till now, you can let me know in the chat box. Kuch ho to. Anything, I hope you're understanding with me. Yes, yes. Okay. Passing percentage, they don't tell kitna hai passing percentage. Yes, yes, understood, understood. ठीक है. You get a pen and paper rough work. Yes, yes, you get a pen and paper rough work, but the solving is still on the computer only. ठीक है. I hope this is clear. People who understood. I'll move ahead to the next part in that scenario. So we've understood what is the pattern of the exam. The next thing is when are these exams conducted? Okay, which all months these exams happen. So level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 happens 4 times a year. Level 2 happens 3 times a year. Level 3 happens twice a year. Level 1 happens in Feb, May, August, and November. Level 2, May, August, November. And level 3, Feb and August. This is when the exams are conducted. Okay. So there are specific windows in which it is conducted. As it is a computer-based exam, you have to go to the nearest center. There are like 23 centers in India. All big cities are centers in India ideally. So select the center, go there on the specific date which you selected, and go and give the exam. That's how it is. So वो window आपको लेना होता है. ठीक है? So this is the idea. Feb, May, August, November for level 1, May, August, November for level 2, Feb and August for level 3. This is when the exams are conducted. I've also made something for you all. What is the ideal timeline for all of you all? Okay, you can be someone who's right now in college, etc., or you can be a working professional. What I have done is I have taken the appropriate attempt for everyone. Appropriate attempt meaning क्या होता है? Attempt which will cost you the least. This scholarship is still something which you can apply for and which has enough time for you to study and prepare, etc. I've seen all those things that I'm telling you. The ideal attempt for level 1 for everyone right now is November 26. Level 2 is August 27 and level 3 is August 28. Now when students ask me, how much time do we ideally require to prepare for each level, etc. Ideally, my answer is very clear. You would normally require, this is the ideal time required, 9 to 12 months ke beech. This is the time required. Now, the CFL Institute tells that you require 300 hours to prepare for the exam. According to me, that is complete misleading for all Indian students because it's a very different type of an exam. It's very conceptual. The curriculum is very different. So it's very misleading. According to me, all of you all will require anywhere between 600 to 1,000 hours of preparation. And looking into this, I'm telling you, you need 9 to 12 months because in the long run, on an average, people can study 3 to 4 hours a day, on an average, not more. Obviously, they start to study much lesser, and as the exams come near, you go to 10, 12 hours a day also. So on 9 to 12 months, sometimes it can happen in 7, 8 months also, but I would always say that have appropriate amount of time left for the exam so that you can prepare well. It's a professional exam. Most of you will give the exam, a professional exam for the first time. You'll panic, you will have stress, you will go blank, all those things keep on happening. So always have enough time. And that's what I'm thinking. So 9 to 12 months is required iske beech mein for the exam. So November 26, level 1. August 27, level 2, August 28, level 3. You can also make it, this can also shift to November 27 and this remains at August 28. So you can have like, depending on which, I can say part of your career you are in. Are you working, are you in college, whatever it is, upset. But this is the ideal timeline for all students. What if you are in 12th right now? If you're in 12th right now, then in that case, this becomes November 27. Or I can say it also goes to August 27. So if you're in 12th right now, This is August 27, August 28, and August 29. So all 12th standard students, okay? Because there are some 12th standard students attending, and if you're in 11th right now, so if you're in 11th, in that case, this will become August 28, 29, and 30. This is as per the earliest eligibility, because you are not eligible to do it before that. So looking into the earliest eligibility, this is for 12th and 11th, and for everyone else, this is the ideal timeline. Okay, clear? I hope all of you have understood what is the ideal timeline and when you should appear for the various exams, so various levels. Cool guys, questions at the end. I'll answer all the questions at the end. Okay? I am the last date of payment hasn't gone. When I'm telling you November 26th is the ideal time to give it, I am telling you when the payment, the registration is still open. तभी मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है? Next, after this is the salaries. Now listen to me very, very carefully, guys. Very, very carefully. This is a very important part because again I'm going to break a lot of myths out here. Okay, what you see in front of you is an image which is given by the CFA Institute, which says the level of income progression for CFAs in India. Well, this is a 192% hike from level 1 to a charter holder from 9.8 lakhs to 28.6 lakhs. They say 38% hike from level 1 to 2, 30% from level 2 to 3, and 63% from level 6 to new charter holder. This is what they say. Okay, and they've given like a range where they say you can earn 28.6 lakhs after you get a charter holder, etc., etc. Also, if you see, there was this specific newspaper where this specific thing came. Average annual pay of a new CFA is 28.6 lakhs, says a survey. Obviously, they refer to this specific data set given by the CFA Institute, and this headline comes. And when this headline came, I got a lot of questions from students, Instagram DMs, LinkedIn messages. But sir, is this true? I also want to do CFA. I also want to earn so much. If I can earn as a new CFA, I can earn 28.6 lakhs, etc., etc. Now, why am I telling you these things? Now, please remember, please listen to it very, very carefully. Okay, is this true? Is this false? It's partially true, partially false. It's a misrepresentation. If you read it in clear words, it says Andhra Padoge, which most of us don't read inside, the remuneration of a new CFA with approximately 6 years of work experience is rupees 28.6 lakhs. Okay, बोलता है, if you've become a chartered holder right now and you already have 6 years of work experience, you will be earning 28.6 lakhs, is what they're saying, which is simply true. But what do we read? We read that a new CFA is earning 28.6 lakhs, which is false. Please, I want everyone to understand this very clearly, that any kind of data which comes out the data is true. There's no false in this. But you need to understand how to read the data well. And I don't want people jumping into CFA with wrong expectations. I have seen this happening with a lot of courses. I don't know, mismarketing happens in a lot of places. I don't want to do that. I want to be very transparent, very truthful. So that kal jaake, irrespective of what you do in life, at least I know you will go and tell that I'm thankful I attended Harshita's webinar. I got the genuine details of whatever this course is about, and after knowing that I started it or not started it, etc. Now, when I say this is true, but you need to read it properly, what do I mean? Now, see, any kind of data is based on past numbers. Okay. Now, when this data came a couple of years back, at that time, they had data of the last 10, 15 years of CFAs in India, etc. At that time, now, CFA was something which was done after graduation. Like when I started my CFA, I could do it after my BCom. So I could start my level one after graduation. So most people who did CFA at that time were at the age of between 22 to 27, 22 to 28 is when they started their CFA and finished their CFA after 25, 26. We already had some work experience. We were already having good jobs, etc., etc. And all of these people were already CAs. Because तभी CAs बहुत करते थे CFA, etc. This is how the scenario was. So a lot of these numbers skewed to the higher levels because, I hope you understand it, because these numbers are older data where you could actually do CFA only after graduation, and that's why people's salary was higher. Now, in today's world, when most of you all start CFA after 12th, please don't expect so much salary. Please understand this thing. You will not earn so much as a fresh CFA. It's very rare that people earn so much as a fresh CFA. Obviously, there are exceptions here and there. Exceptions are rare. But I don't want the exception to become an example and you studying that or reading that and then taking up this course. I want to be very transparent, very truthful. So now, assuming you're starting CFA right now, and by the time you finish college, you've cleared your level 1, plus you're a graduate. Or you can be a level 2 plus graduate. In this case, you can expect somewhere around 5 to 7 lakhs per annum starting pay is what I can tell you. 7 lakhs, or I can say 6 to 8 approximately starting pay. This is the average. Looking into consideration that India has multiple geographies, Bombay will have a higher pay, some other country, state will have a lower pay, etc. So average, I'm telling you this thing. One of our students just at the level 1, if you see, हमारा student को मिला है 16.8 lakhs also. So there can be exceptions, and please understand CFA is just one part of your career. Your salaries will not be dependent on your just CFA. It will be dependent on multiple factors. Your college, your network, your soft skills, your hard skills, the marks you've got in college, what all extracurriculars you had. A lot of these things is something which will be seen before your salaries are decided. CFA is just one part of your career. Please remember this thing. So the person who got the 16.8 lakhs was from the best college in India. He was from SRCC Delhi. Amazing soft skills, very good with his technical skills, etc. उसको ये मिला है. On an average, after graduation, you just level 1 clear 5 to 7 lakhs. Most of you all will be here because if you start your level 1 in August or November, whenever is your earliest attempt after grad in your college, after 12th के बाद चालू करो, etc. Most of you all these days will be here when you will be level 2 plus graduate. You can expect around a 10 LPA starting package. ये आप सब expect कर सकते हो. And once you are a graduate plus you finish a level 3 after graduation, you can expect somewhere around 13 to 14 LPA. This is something 12 to 14, 13 to 14. This is what you can expect as a starting salary. Please remember, this is a starting salary, and I'm assuming you don't have any work experience. Once you have work experience, if you already have work experience, this will be higher. If you've already done a CA along with this, it will be higher. Depending on a lot of factors, the salary will be there. But if you're just a graduate plus level 1 or level 2 or level 3, this is what you can expect on an average. Obviously, as I told you, there will be people above this, below this, depending on a lot of other factors too. But average, this is the thing. And this is, believe me, it's a very good package. It's a good salary you're getting. Very less, I can say, current options will give you this specific starting salary, plus also give you the kind of growth which a finance career gives you. Most of my friends in approximately what I finished my CA 15 years back, to 11, 12, 14 years back, today are north of 40, 50 lakhs. Most of my friends. CA, CFA kiya hai, this CFA kiya hai, 40, like that's the kind of growth you get in finance. So that growth was still there. In fact, I feel CFA growth is much higher right now. I'll tell you why in some time. What is the current situation? But I hope this is something which you understood, and I don't want you to have wrong expectations before you start your CFA. I hope this is clear. I'm seeing people in the chat box saying thank you, sir, for giving this right information. Thank you so much. I'm glad. Thank you. This is what I want to do, as I told you. The whole point of doing this webinar is you get the right information and can take a decision on the basis of the right information in front of you. Okay? So this, as I told you, this specific what you see in front of you isn't like true, isn't even false, it's misrepresentation because no one reads inside. And them saying a new CFA, I would sort of disagree with that. But this is what you can take into consideration when you are thinking of what kind of money you will earn when you do a CFA. Okay? And guys, again, I told you, there's a lot of mismarketing, mis-selling. Please don't fall for this. I've just taken some screenshots of some reels I've seen on Instagram. And if you see BBA plus CFA starting salary, only BBA 3-4 lakhs, BBA CFA 15-20 lakhs. नहीं होता है, नहीं मिलेगा इतना. I'm telling you today itself. Here CFA L1 candidates average on 9.8, L2 13.5. This person has taken data directly from here. नहीं. Understand? It's an old data. Same out here. CFA plus BCom 25 lakh per annum. Again, same out here. Freshers job role CFA 18 to 21 quant analysis. Investment bank 16 to 20, portfolio manager 12 to 15. Freshers को नहीं मिलते. I hope I'm clear with this, and I hope you respect the fact that I'm, even after being someone who's selling CFA, I'm giving you the genuine information. इतना नहीं मिलने वाला. I wanted to join CFA only with the right expectations, else don't. Like, I don't want you to be unhappy later on. कि यार सर ने तो ऐसा बोला था पर ये तो झूठ बोल रहे थे. ऐसा मैं नहीं करने वाला. ठीक है? I hope clear to everyone. Understood? Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Lovely. Cool. Okay. I'll move ahead. Salaries India ke samajh lo. The next thing we discuss is the global salaries. kind of acceptance we get across the world. I told you some time back also, it's valued in 150 plus countries. It's called the gold standard in finance education across the world. That's what CFA is. You have exam centers across the world. You can like give a level 1 in India, you can give a level 2 in US, level 3 in UK. Yes, all those things are possible and available. What is the average starting salary of a CFA charter holder in US? As per the CFA Institute data, it's $1,77,000, which comes to around 1.6 crore rupees. That's the starting salary of a CFA charter holder. And please understand, when I'm saying CFA charter holder, it means I already have at least 36 months of work experience. That is when this is the salary which I'm getting. Okay. Also, just put in some data according to pay scale. CFA charter holder earns anywhere between $64,000 to $255,000 a year. That's the range. I don't do. Average here can be higher or lower depending on various other factors too. But overall, the acceptance across the globe is extremely high. It gives you a chance to I can say relocate wherever you want to. Basically, it's valued, it's allowed legally also across the world, because there's only one CFA institute across the world, same exam. So you are sitting here in India, I'm sitting somewhere in US, someone else is sitting in Kenya, all of us are studying the same curriculum, giving the same exam. So all of us are same value. There's a lot of interchangeability which is possible. And a lot of people ask me, is it easy to get a job abroad? No, it is not. Again, I don't want any false information for you. It's not easy to get a job abroad. How to get a job abroad? Ideally, I tell you. You do a CFA level 1, level 2 here. You go abroad, do a 1-year master's along with the CFA level 3. USA, Canada, etc. That's when they'll give you a job directly. Because they want you to invest in their country because before they actually pay you in their country. That's the thing with most countries right now. Second way, and the way which most of my students and colleagues and friends have done who are shifting abroad, or I have friends working in London, New York, Mexico, Dubai, Singapore, Melbourne, US में तो multiple है, like SF, New York सब जगह है, Toronto. All of these people worked in MNCs in India. They worked in like a Morgan Stanley, Nomura, Bank of America, Citibank, etc. They worked here for 3-4 years, and then they were shifting abroad after that. Because if you see, India mein salaries are much lower compared to if they hiring directly from there. So it's cheaper for the companies also to get in people from India with experience to shift out there. Like they go from a back-end role to a front-end role directly. That is something which is a natural progression which happens. So a lot of my friends, colleagues, students have got this opportunity. So if you're looking at a global perspective, this is the ideal way where you start your job out here in some good MNC and then shift abroad in some years via the MNC only. Okay? And most of you will get this opportunity. It's very common. Cool. So cool. Next, what I'll come to is the fees. Next, we'll talk about is what is the fees which you will ideally pay if you're doing CFA. I'll just have some water before that. Give me a moment. Yeah. So, excluding any scholarships, this is the fees. If you get a scholarship, you'll save some more money. But excluding scholarships, there are 2 types of registration you have to you can go for: the early bird registration or standard registration. Early bird is if you register before 7 months of the exam, and standard is if you register between 3 months and 7 months before the exam. In that scenario, fees change. In case of early bird, level 1, level 2, the fees is $1,140, level 3, $1,240. And standard registration, level 1, level 2, $1,490, level 3, $1,590. India, no one does this. We all are very frugal, we are cost sensitive, we want to save as much as possible. Everyone goes for this only. ये सब लोग करते हैं. So if you add these specific 3 up, this will come to approximately $35,220. This plus 18% GST, and you convert it into dollars, rupees by 90. Like I'm multiplied by 92 right now. So you will approximately, this is the salary fees, approximately 3.5 lakh rupees. This will keep on changing depending on the fluctuation of INR and dollar. But this is the approximate fees you will be paying for all the 3 levels of CFA combined. This is the investment which you will be doing. Okay. And add to this the classes fees for all the 3 levels, which comes to approximately 1.5 lakhs. So total, I can say 4.5 to 5 lakhs is what you will be paying. So I've taken live online lectures, which most places are priced between 40 and 60,000. ये आपका pricing होता है. So 50 average I've taken. And assuming you take 2 levels or 3 levels के लिए classes, most people will take classes because it's a professional exam. It's much more easier, or I can say you have a higher probability of clearing if you have some mentor, guidance, etc. So this is what you will invest totally. 4.5 to 5 lakh rupees, excluding scholarships. Okay? I hope you understand what the fee structure is. Next is if you receive the scholarship, what happens? Now, for each attempt, there is a specific window in which you can apply for the scholarship. Like November 26th is a different window, Feb 27th will have a different window, etc. So for each attempt, you can apply for a scholarship, and for each level, level 1, level 2, level 3, all the 3 levels you can. It's awarded to deserving students with financial constraints. So deserving means you deserve to get the scholarship, and financial constraint means you require the scholarship. Okay, so there you see two things: your need and deserve both. If you receive the scholarship, your fees is reduced to only 400 plus GST. So यहाँ पे 1140, 1240 जो है, it becomes 400 plus GST. How do you apply? You write an essay in limited words. Every time they change, sometimes 250 words, sometimes 300 words. So I haven't specified how many words. Depends when they open this window, they will let you know how many words they want you to write. You showcase your need and deserve. Like depending on what is your family income, what have you done till now in finance, your interest in finance, any achievements you had in finance, etc. You have to showcase that, and depending on that, they will pick some very like 2-3% students who get this scholarship. Okay, that's the total number of students who receive the scholarship, the access scholarship. With us at LeapUp, because we are a CFA institute prep provider, every year we also have some additional scholarships that we can give to our students. We do like a competition, and depending on who wins that competition, we allow some students that specific scholarship in association with the CFA institute. But overall, for everyone, this is the only scholarship available. And very few, like 1-2% people, when 100 people apply, 1 or 2 will get this specific scholarship called the access scholarship. Okay, and that's why the fee structure and all I've done without scholarship only, because very few people get it. Like it's like a tukka if you get the scholarship. Okay. Next is the passing percentage. I don't know. I'm very bullish about CFA because in India, a country which has very high population and very high levels of competition, CFA in the field of finance came in as a ray of hope. Where, as I told you, you don't need to be super brilliant to actually get your dream job. You can dream of working in your dream company now, even if you're not super brilliant, because of CFA. Let me explain you why. So level 1, level 2, level 3, this is the average passing percentage since CBT, 39 to 46. Oh, 1 second. 46 to 54, level 1, level 2, level 3. If I take the average of the last 4 attempts of level 1, this is 43% now. Like the percentage is increasing. So level 3 is above 57% now. ये मैंने last 5 साल का average ले लिया है. Okay? And why is this increasing also? I'll tell you in some time. Why is this percentage increasing in some time? Anyway, if you compare this CA at 3 levels, we have CA Foundation, CA Inter, CA Final. What is the average percentage of passing? 35%, 12%, 8%. You see this 13 and 46, 54, 35, 12, 8. Even in an MBA, if I have to compare this with like you would have heard that to get an IIM interview call, like not even a guaranteed seat, just an interview call, you need a 99 percentile. इसका meaning क्या होता है? It means you have to be in the top 1% of all students to just get a call for an interview. Top 1%. Even for a tier 2 college, it's 97 percentile, which again means top 3%. You see how difficult it is to even enter an MBA college in India. A good MBA college. Baki tier 3, tier 4 to main ginta hi nahi college mein. Even a CA is so difficult. And this has been the case over the last 3 decades. I told you, I've seen so many of my friends struggling here and there. CFA, fresh of breath air, much higher passing percentage going up also. These are global percentage. India percentages are higher than this. They will never come out with the exact percentage of passing. This is something which I have seen, and I know multiple people teaching CFA. We have this network out here, so we talk amongst each other. And the passing percentage in India is much more higher compared to this also. And there's a reason for that. I'll come to that in some time. Okay, so I hope you understand what the passing percentage of CFA is compared to the other options possible in front of you. Okay, next is ROI. Now, please remember this very important thing. This is something which is very new to me, because in India, which is not like a very high GDP per capita country, your return on investment matters a lot. And that's where CFA is very good because you are investing what? 4 lakhs, 4.5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, and actually getting starting salaries of 2x that 2.5x directly, even just with the level 2 cleared. That is a great ROI which you are getting. Great ROI. Okay. And when I say ROI, I just don't mean money. Please remember, you are not investing only money. That is 4.5, 5 lakhs. You are investing money and time both. ये दोनों चीज इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो and that is why for me it's the salary you get plus it's how early you can finish it and that's why passing probability is very important. You can just get the same salary as a CA also but the number of attempts which you will take you will ideally finish CA ऐसे भी 4 साल लगते हैं if you finish everything in the first attempt plus assuming you do not clear some attempt a couple of times that's 5 years. You actually can start working as a CFA much earlier than as a CA and that's why the ROI in general in the field of finance and CFA is extremely high. That's something which I like this concept a lot, and that's why this is very close to me. The overall ROI which you get, and as a country like India, which is probably we fall in the bottom pile when it comes to the GDP per capita. So that's why this matters a lot. And whenever you think of investment, always remember it's not just money, it's money plus time. Like you have invested time today to attend this webinar. It's a free webinar for everyone. Correct? So let's assume you attended this webinar, you didn't get anything out of it. So तुम दुखी हो गए हाँ हो गए even if you didn't invest a single money. Why? Because you still invested your time. Time is a very important resource and that's why investment should always be money and time both. ये सोच के हमेशा चलना है in life. Okay, clear? Cool. Next thing is the challenges you will face when you do CFA. Like what are the difficult parts? Why CFA becomes like a difficult course? So what are the challenges? Some of these we discussed already. I'll just like brush it up again. It's a 5-hour long exam, guys. This is a big challenge. As I told you, most of us will not have the stamina to sit for 5 hours if we have not practiced in the right way. Very important to practice in the right way. Okay? I hope this is clear. बहुत important है. Next is 10 subjects together. Again, practice in the right way. If you do not practice multiple subjects together, if you are not giving enough mocks, you will not clear the exam. Third, computer-based testing. So all these 3 questions or 3 challenges have the similar solution. That is practice in the right way, where you are practicing multiple subjects questions on the computer for 5 hours at a stretch. You do this for a lot of days for you to be, I can say, accustomed to the way the exams will come. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, conceptual and tricky questions. So CFA, unlike Indian exams, they do not focus on the accuracy or memory. They focus on concepts. It's a manner you need to understand the concepts and just remember it. Okay. The last thing is professional exam panic. Now, no one talks about this again. I wanted to speak about this specifically because most of you all will be appearing for this, I can say, for a professional exam for the first time. Right. When the exam comes now, everyone panics. मैं भी दिया, मैं भी panic किया. सब कर रहे हैं. Stress आएगा, you'll blank out, you will not know what to do next. This is something which is very common. It's important to basically address this पहले से. It's important to accept the fact that you will panic somewhere or the other, and when the panic happens, at that time you should have someone you can talk to. Talk to a mentor, talk to a teacher, talk to a friend. Take their help, which can help you calm down when this panic happens. It will happen with everyone. Okay? Now, there's something which I'm going to give you all. You're a great audience. Whenever I ask you questions, you're answered, etc. For which I'm going to give you all a bonus, which something which I don't normally give in my webinars, but it's something for my students normally. जो हम हमारे students को देते हैं. But because you've been a great audience, I'm giving this to you all today. I call this bonus something called as magic. And once I give this to you, if you like it, reply with the magic in the chat box. Now listen to me very careful. It will help you a lot in this specific thing. What is this? 3 months before the exam, do a vitamin B12 and D3 test. क्या करेंगे? Vitamin B12 और D3 test करेंगे. In India, most of us are deficient in these 2 vitamins. Now, when you're deficient in these vitamins, our stamina goes down, our concentration power also goes down. Okay. Now, if you after the test are deficient, go see a doctor. They'll give you some kind of supplements, either medicine that is either oral or an injection. And believe me, what happens to you after that deficiency goes away is what I call as magic. Suddenly, you will be able to study for longer hours without getting tired, and you will also be able to study much faster because your concentration is also improved. So you can study longer, you can study faster, and your overall, I can say, accuracy level, your efficiency level, both will go up. This is something which you normally give to only our CFA and CA students because it's very, very important and it helps them. It's like a cheat code, helps them over everyone else. Just because you're in a great audience, I'm giving this to you as a cheat code. So you can use this cheat code and you can get the best result in your exams.